Yo, guys, we're here in Sterling Heights, and we went and seen this movie called Nobody 2. It's basically about some family guy, kind of similar to the Jason Statham type of movies. Some family guy who basically he makes his living by making a bunch of money. He makes his living by killing people and something like that. But he basically has to pay back a debt. So he's like doing all these missions and stuff, and he beats up people, kills people, that kind of gig. So he's in deep. He's like 30 million in the hole for these people that he owes some money to. So he has to do these missions. But he realizes he's been having too much time away from his family. He's got a son and daughter and a wife. So he goes to like the people that's giving him the missions that he owes the money to, and he asks for a vacation. He takes the vacation and he like runs into some problems with some people, and he ends up basically working on vacation, and end up putting his whole family in jeopardy. Basically, end up saving them by recruiting some people, and being able to take out basically a whole mob, and a whole police department, basically sheriff's department. But today we're going to talk about serendipity. Interesting word. I kind of just learned the word, but it sounds the way it kind of like means. It's like finding something that you didn't expect. When I parked over here, I saw a open box of extra, and I thought it was kind of weird that it just happened to be there. But that's what serendipity basically is. It's finding something, finding opportunities, things that you didn't expect to be there. And I feel like in life, like part of seeing those opportunities, seeing life in the beauty that it is, even this background that you guys are seeing over here, you kind of have to be open, and also have the ability to recognize the beauty. This is an everyday thing in Michigan. The sun sets every single day, and it's pretty beautiful every single day. But you have to have the eyes to kind of recognize it. You have to have the ability to see it. And think about the things in life like God, like the Holy Spirit, like who Jesus is and how he dwells within you. The things in life that you don't recognize, that you don't notice, that you don't pick up on, that serendipity in life that you don't recognize because you're not able to see beauty. You're not able to recognize when something good is in your life. What about the people that you interact with every day? Maybe the people that are available to you, the people that are consistent in your life. Maybe your mom, maybe your grandma that constantly calls you, shows that she loves you every single day. What about those people that in a sense you basically take for granted? How does that come up in your life? And I realized even people like my grandma, my grandma is one of those people that when you talk to her, she wants to talk to you for a long period of time. She misses you. She lives in a totally different state. Lives about, if you were to drive, 19 hours away, right? But every time we talk, it's not going to be a 10-minute. It's not even going to be a 30. It's going to be an hour. And she wants to tell me all that's going on, and she wants to know all that's going on with me. But see how we like take that for granted, that moment to kind of connect with a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird how we take those things for granted. Like my grandma, she's always been my grandma. She's always been kind of the same way, or older woman that, likes to cook me food and likes to talk a certain way. And she always gives me little candies out of her little purse. She's like most grandmas, right? But you take that for granted because she's consistently there. And that's kind of like the issue with human beings. It's in our nature to take for granted things that are always there. But the things that are scarce, we want the things that we can't have, we kind of take for granted, right? So like the Rolex watch, that's 100 grand, even though it looks just like a regular watch you could get from Watch Mafia. You know that subscription where you can get a new watch every single month. The watches look amazing, but the subscription is like $45 a month. And then I've actually had it before, and I surmounted over a year several watches. I think it was like a year or two. I think it's possible I was getting 2 watches every month, but I filled up a whole watch case, probably about 24 watches, right? So it's probably 2 a year, 2 a month, or I got one every month for 2 years. But I literally filled up a watch case. I had that many watches, right? And I got to the point where I didn't really need it anymore. But the watches look amazing. Some of the values of them varied, but generally they were in the ballpark of $75 to $150, right? But very, very nice watches. Some of them broke down, some of them held really, really well, some of them still to this day I wear. But that's an example of something that you kind of just, you don't value anymore, because it's like the TV that you bought, that you were excited for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden it's not exciting anymore. Think about those things, and how can you get into that mind state of appreciation, of gratitude, recognizing the opportunity to connect with another human being. Like even my grandma, she's an example of someone that's been on the earth 2 to 3 times as much as me, right? She's lived 2 to 3 times more than me. So she has way more experience in life than me. The things that she's seen, the experiences she's had, yeah, maybe there's biases in her experiences. Maybe she had some grudges that she held on to. Maybe she has some memories in her mind that have stuck, and she starts to see the world in that aspect. Maybe. But at the same time, there's something to learn even from those experiences that have brought her to where she is. Those experiences that have brought her to conclusions in her mind. At her age, and I'm not even sure the age of my grandma, but she's probably in her 80s or late 70s. But at the place that she's at, she's constantly talking about God and think about how people progress to that over time. My dad is in that place as well, and he's always been a believer, but he's navigated through life in different relations to God. Throughout his life, he's had different relation to God. He's seen God differently. He's had a different relationship, moment to moment, day to day, month to month, year to year with God. His interactions with God were different. So we all have different ways of connecting, but also our connection changes as we mature, as we get older, sometimes for the worse and sometimes for the better. And that's the hope, right? As life knocks you down, as you go through different experiences in life, that the hope is that you actually get closer to God. The hope is that you become better, not bitter, right? So we have to kind of be more open to the beauties in life, like this, for example, this beautiful background, even just the beauty of being able to regenerate this talk, me being able to record this, recognizing that this is a blessing. I can capture a thought and put it in video. I can capture this beautiful background behind me of my favorite movie theater. I can capture this beautiful image, even though it doesn't fully capture. We all know that cameras can only do so much, but your eyes are able to see more than what the camera's able to see. But being able to capture even that, there's some beauty in that, and being able to share that with others, share love, share peace, share joy. But just like I should learn to value the conversation I have with my grandma, learn to value this beautiful sunset, I can value a stranger on the street that I don't know, because he's been on the earth for, let's say, 40 years. Maybe he's homeless. Maybe he worked at a plant for 30 years and they laid him off. Maybe he was doing all that he thought the world told him to do in order to be successful, and then all of a sudden, bam, they take that away from him. And then when that job is taken away from him, then his family leaves him, Maybe he's no longer able to take care of his kids, so the government takes his kids. And maybe he's come to realizations about life, that life is hard, that if you don't have a plan B, you'll fail. And maybe he's right. And that's the thing about biases. They are right some of the time. And that's how people get caught up in them. And then the bias distracts them from seeing the beauties in life. If all you see is Hurricane Katrina, maybe you have a trouble seeing this. Maybe you're like, well, the weather is bad. We're in Michigan. The weather's bad. It's constantly changing and it's never consistent in Michigan. Maybe you're too focused on that, so you don't appreciate the days like this. The days where the sun, it's golden hour, where the sun is shining down on you and you're able to take in that vitamin D3 and be blessed by that. Maybe you're not able to appreciate the air that's blowing past your face, the air that comes out of your breath. Breath originates from God, and He breathes into us daily so that we can be able to breathe. Our existence depends on Him, but we take it for granted. Even in this very moment, this very time, me staring into the camera, looking at you as you look at me, we take this very moment for granted and think about how it is something that's fleeting, and that's what makes it special. It will be gone. This will be forgotten. I will pass away, and then I will be commended unto my Father. You will as well. And your decisions here will dictate where you end up. But think about that. How you steward this moment impacts the afterlife, the after flesh, after the physical, when you truly become just a spirit. How you steward this moment, how you take care of this moment impacts that. Thank you.